word shall be spoken. Word shall be a token of these chains broken into the ears of the chosen. Word shall be spoken. Word shall be spoken, and word shall be a token of these chains broken into the ears of the chosen. Word shall be spoken, and word shall be spoken with inspiration drawn from the hills, the valleys, the trees, the seas, but now the streets. Stage is now the skill of expression in a format of a thunderclap explosion as a result of these verses that scream to hell with destruction. Explosives are now wrapped and sealed in metaphors, embedded perfectly on tongue motions, swift as sound of ocean's explosives shall burst in a flammable boom. Boom, verses when time is right, words shall be spoken when time arrives, words shall be a token of these chains broken into the ears of the chosen, and word shall be spoken.
Personally, there's no issues. It's a long issue and need.
The typical vendor police a meeting with SIFSA, so apparently he was suspended before he can meet SIFSA this day.
Mr. Baba, who is the artistic director slash CEO, acting CEO of PACOFS, took over the reins.
So SIFSA Free State then gave a chance to the new management, and they wrote a letter last week, if I'm not mistaken, to say, man, we need a follow-up meeting. We have never met with you. We can hear there's an artistic committee that is sitting to select proposals. We are not represented there as the federation. And they unfortunately PACOFS responded with speed. Yeah, and then they met Friday.
Our issue to Mr. Tsaba, when we addressed him on Friday after he agreed to a meeting, is to say we see that there are committees that are involved here in choosing shows for the industry. All we want is a representation in those committees. We want also to be able to take charge of our destiny, to be able to be where the decisions are made. Mr. Tsaba decided to be arrogant.
They were look ahead. They did not agree at all. It was like folk, J&J, I'm here, I'm the CEO, PA, I'm the chairperson. Who are you leading? We're like, oh, okay, you don't know who am I leading? No, I'll come back and show you my people then.
Hence, today,
we are the first district to arrive here, to show that we were committed to arrive here. First district.
One of the items that we were supposed to discuss was the letter that was sent to the board around morality.
No. As you know, our issue has always been around the document called the Moral Report.
With regards to
10.2 going downwards, whereby they favored a council member over artists, took the concept of artists and implemented it without paying that artist.
This moral report needs to be implemented by it was supposed to be implemented by the previous board. So the previous board failed to implement it. Apparently it was discussed for their resolution, which you don't know.
These recommendations, there are like 1, 2, 3, 4 recommendations. Why is PACOFS Council sitting on top of them?
We need the moral report to be implemented. And in that moral report we were clear.
The previous council was sitting on top of that report. So now we have tasked this new council to take action and make sure that Mr. Tsaba vacate his office.
Council is communicating fully that the moral report is an official document of council and its sole purpose was to assist council in executing its mandate, that of strategic leadership and oversight. Number 2, that the current council can confirm that the moral report was implemented on the meeting of the 15th of December by the outgoing council, and that there's a Standing Council resolution on issue 10.2.29.
That's the decision that we want. That's the decision. It is not the decision that they took as the new council. Now, as the new council, it's two ways. It's either they are going to harbor criminals or they are going to clean up this institution. There's no third way about it. And some of these guys, including the chairperson, I think this one you must also note it because you are an academy here, Mr. Mshunya. There's a case law, where the court declared her as a delinquent, precisely because of these things, nothing else, because of these things.
I will pause here a little bit.
So I can't say anything.
You don't belong to Free State.
I'm out.
PACOFS seeking mortuary issue.
The importance of this timeline is to demonstrate that we haven't, like we haven't had a long time serving as board members, as indicated that our induction only was from the 1st till the 5th of March, and then this issue came about. And the second thing is that the letter originally, it seems that it was not sent straight to council, it was sent to Parliament or to some other portfolio committee, and then it was referred back to the chairperson on the week of the 7th and the 14th. Can I confirm that the letter was not, I don't know.
PACOFS has been in the graveyard.
We have grown. We've seen it all. We understand these things. We read about these things. You know, I would not expect Mr. Mshoyan to be what he was 10 years ago. And he cannot expect the same of us. I always tell SG that there was a time when he would sit down in editing meeting, but today we treat him as SG because we appreciate that he has learned along the way and has become a better leader. It's a historical fact, you know. We've worked under difficult conditions where we would even accept what they were offering us financially, because they would always say, institution it's a disaster. And then we always accept that on the basis that this is part of the strategy moving forward. Now, when our brothers start speaking in rhetoric,
That concerns us. Our artists are hungry.
if the law says you cannot enforce or you cannot review or whatever, you should be able to say we have an important stakeholder that has got a mandate that represents its own constituents. But here a report, we shouldn't be sitting and fighting about the report, because there are so many things that we need to fight about. I'm sure in the next meeting when we come with the DC, on the record, this week you must send the chairperson to say when she comes with the council, it is no longer about Mara report. It is also about Bonakute, what. All those things you must list to them, so that they realize that if they don't act, their term will end, will finish while they are trying to say, hey, we have those things. And it was today it was funny because I was taking a picture of two CEOs that literally, Spirit Munyogo and who's this other one, and it started the same way. When we go to the board, we say, board, here's the situation, board. But these boards, they kept on harboring criminals. And then we say, okay, it means we no longer see board as playing a role that it's supposed to play. It means they're protecting criminals. By implications, they are criminals. Now we must deal with both of them.
We will give feedback every day that we are going to be here up until we get that report to say what is happening daily. Someone from this institution, which is called PACOFS, called police on us, and then the police had an impression that we have taken Mr. Kaba hostage. We are not violent. We are artists. Our job is not violence.
Yes.
We don't kill anyone. We are here to claim what is ours. So the police came and the police had to go because there was no business for them here. Criminals are out there stealing, drinking and smoking yaope and doing all those things, breaking into our houses while we are here. So they must go and look after our houses while we are occupying this space. PACOFS has rooms. There are those artists who have lost accommodation, that they have no accommodation, a place to stay, because they were not able to make ends meet. We are saying, Madulo amangata ntlunyantate. We are here to stay. We will share those blankets, we will shower, we will find ways of eating, but we are not moving here up until Kaba has been shown the door that he came in.
I think what is happening here is a thing that we have to take through our minds. It's important for our future and even for our children's future. For those who are they must fall down.
Kidnap ourselves, but
Mr. Kaba, do you really understand why you suppress our aspirations, our dreams into nightmares?
We wish to get away, but scared to take chance and fail, because every step we take is like life's a chessboard. And we play chess with faith. No matter how hard we pray, we remain nothing but poor beggars outside the rich man's gate, begging for crumbs. On the same bread, we pay, so we pray, we say.
This thing that is happening here, I wrote on Facebook, that is the biggest struggle that we've ever waged ever since we started with this thing. Bobby already went there. I've been watching the live broadcasts of this thing, and thank you very much to the leaders and bravery and Ayanda Roda and Tate B, Khuisimang, Tate Vincent, and everybody who is here. I can see Tate Jafta is also here.
The issue alone for she tried on her side to resolve this issue, and she's going to take part in making sure that this issue is resolved. I'll do divorce going on, which means if they have to appoint someone to deal with this issue, I mean, she's going to be involved up until it gets to its finality. But basically, we made our point. Yeah, we will not sit down here and let Abba for a process. It is the issues of time frames. Today, our exercise was not in vain. It worked to put pressure on government.
For those who died for a noble cause, always raising our clenched fists when singing Sinzilina, Sinzilina, a song that separates evolutionists from
Allow me to tell you about a day in the life of a Free State artist. Like a burden, he lives toiling. Told and tailed tigers don't cry, yet his heart secretly weeps. Allow me to tell you about a day in the life of a Free State artist.
We have been here in PACOFS for 23 days now. The moral report has been done in 2018, and I personally feel that it's time that we know and find out the outcomes of that report.
Mr. Tsaba said that the resolutions or recommendations of the moral report was implemented by the previous council. So on us, it is on Mr. Tsaba to prove that. We must get minutes of that board meeting and we can be able to see how they dealt with that report.
Personally, as a female artist, I felt that I don't want to sit at home and wait for the outcomes. I wanted to be here personally and see and hear for myself.
We are not taking anything serious that Mr. Tsaba is saying. We are not even listening to him. We'll only listen to the chairperson of the council.
So that when we engage with her, we are saying, here's the moral report, here's legal matters for 2020-2021 financial year. Already 5 million has been spent on friends to fire our mothers and fathers in this institution. Those who they have got dissenting views.
We are standing resolute. We're not changing.
That's why we decided to come and take a stand.
We are not playing. We don't know you.
We are waiting.
I'm not going to blame the pandemic. It has been like that before the pandemic. Now it's worse.
If then Mr. Tsaba felt that he was unfairly dealt with by that report,
we are not playing the man. We were playing the ball. And leave the acting CEO, we are saying, but here's the report.
Take it to court and say they must set it aside.
Not only that, there are so many underlying issues with regards to this institution. And that's why we said this institution has become part of our DNA. Acting CEO or the girlfriend building, we are ancestors of this. You know, go to a spirit, this year about interest in right in the family. When those things happen, we know. That's why we said we want to talk to the board.
That has not happened. So as far as we are concerned, that matter is not dealt with, and we are standing where we are standing. Mr. Tsaba, the contracts are sent to you, and you know that. Sign those contracts and let the artists get paid.
Once in a while, regular potato.
If this is good for the peddler, it must be good for the club. That's it.
The least you can do is show some gratitude instead of your stinking, nasty attitude and spending his money on that other dude. But he never beats the crazy out of you, because he understands that a woman is a precious gift from God, and that God himself, the creator, calls her a weaker vessel, and that he who finds her finds a good thing and finds favor with the Lord. He found favor with the Lord when he found you and treated you better than he treated his own mother, and still is ever.
One day, a group of capitalist hitmen, psychopaths arrived at our township, killed every black development they could ever find. I fled to the hills and joined the band of guerrillas fighting for a good cause. In those years, I saw it all. The cruelty, the horror of the wars of the arts in the Free State. My confusion of the war within the war, for even those who confessed to be artists were divided. Those who confessed to be leaders, Democrats, Socialists, Communists, were divided.
Leaders assembled as tear gas brings no remedy to the fate blanketed our nation. A fate blamed on Inyanga's old prophecy. Fear not them, their bullets are so myopic to see your versatility.
The Free State has talent. Now that talent needs to be nurtured. That talent needs to be supported so that we know that in the Free State, art and culture is one of the sector. So they contribute massively towards the economy, like tourism does in the Free State.
Because the mandate of for 10 years.
They said it's my birthday. They said a lot of things about this cause. We are going to reap results of what we have started.
This is what we've always wanted to do. I know that Tamimoleko, wherever he's sleeping, he's smiling. He's not turning back.
We must not be governed by fear and be afraid to be on the right side of history. We want to send solidarity to Sibongile Mngoma at NAC. We are saying, Bokoto, Ibambe, Uqine, don't give up. We came here on the 10th of March and today it is the 19th of April.
We have 5 districts that are here, but I would say 4 for now because Fizile Dani is not here.
This has been a very long journey.
There are still divisions amongst the artists.
Precisely because there was resistance that we met.
I'm much more disappointed in the artist. We are few here, and the protest, the sitting, it's here in the room.
Resistance that we met from the council,
the government, and other institutions.
Resistance of side shows that were put to try to discredit the valid issues that we stood.
The unity of the sector, of the artists, it's important.
We are fully aware of the support of the Premier of the Free State. We're saying, we thank you. We have other issues that we think that we'll have to iron out with you at some point, but when that time comes, we will do so with respect. The artists who are here, who have left, we thank them. We thank those who gave us support in whatever manner they could. We are saying your support was not in vain. We are going to move out of PACOFS. We are arranging logistics for the comrades to go back to their districts, to go and report and say, we have achieved what we wanted to achieve with PACOFS. We have made an example of saying, whatever as institution that is going to undermine us as a sector, we are going to stand up and we are going to act against all of them. Those who are going to come in on the shoes and occupy this chair of Chaba and those who are going to fall with him, they must know that Elikala silisili so Chaba bazalihabula. Yes. Umzabalazo yaqhubeka. Aluta. Continue.